Hello and welcome. My name's Tina. This is Simply in Stitches. Now, at the beginning of the year, I decided I was going to knit a cowl for every month of the year. So this is my January cowl. It's a pattern, a very simple pattern that I've made up myself. And so this is how I like to wear it. It's made from DK weight yarn. I use the Poundland 50-gram ball. It comes to about 47 grams for the cowl, so as long as you've got about 50 grams of DK yarn, you can do it with any sort of yarn you want to use up from stash if you want to. So I like to wear it like this. This is actually folded over, but the actual cowl is longer than this, so if you wanted it under a coat, it can be squished and go right under your chin, under a coat to be done up, or you can just squash it down like so, or like I do and just fold it over. So you've got those pearls at the back showing through. So it depends how you like to actually wear it. So it has got these little like teeth, soft teeth, not sharp teeth, around here, and really that is the most difficult part, but that's not difficult at all either. That is just knit stitches and casting off. It's part of the cast off row. So I'm going to show you exactly how I made that. So I shall turn the camera around and we'll go over to the table and I'll show you how you can make one too if you like. Okay, so to knit this pattern you will need your 50 grams of DK weight yarn. You will also need a 4mm circular needle. The length I used was about a 30cm, which is 12-inch. It can be a little bit bigger, it can be a little bit smaller. Try what you've got and see how you get on. Don't take it too small, otherwise your stitches are just going to fly off the end. So don't take it too small, but you don't want to be stretching it unless you are happy with magic loop. Obviously, if you want to use magic loop, then you can use whatever size you find comfortable. I just prefer to use the smaller needles. So to start off with, we need to cast on 102 stitches. So you can use any method of cast on you like, whichever is your favourite will be fine. So to start with, you want to cast on 102 stitches. So whichever one is your favourite is fine, but just 102 stitches and then join in the round, making sure that you haven't got a twist. And then your first row is going to be for the rib here, which is knit 2, purl 1. So you're just going to knit 2 stitches, purl a stitch, knit 2 stitches, purl a stitch, all the way around. That is your sequence for the next 10 rows. So you're going to do 10 row rib. Then you're going to move on to just the knit stitches. And with the knit stitches, for the first row, I want you to just knit 2 together. So just that first row, knit 2 together just to reduce it by 1 stitch, and then knit every row 18 centimeters, which is 7 inches. So that will give you the main body, and then you will be down to the second half. On your last knit row, I'd like you to knit 2 together at the beginning of the row again. So we have lost 2 stitches, so you will be down to 100 stitches for the edging. So that's just the very last row, at the beginning of the row or at the end of the row. Just knit 2 stitches together. We just want to lose 1 stitch, so we've got the right amount of stitches for that edging. So here comes the interesting bit. And so we're going to do 3 rows of garter. So the next row is going to be a purl row, then a knit row, then a purl row. So where these bumps are here, it's just purl, knit, purl. Once you've finished that, we will then be doing these teeth here. So I'm going to demonstrate that because that is harder to explain, and I think it would be easier if you can actually see it. So let's get my little knitting sample out. Okay, so you've just done your purl row, knit row, purl row. So now we're going to do those teeth. So I'm using bigger needles just so I hope you can see better. So all we're going to do is each tooth is 5 stitches. So we're going to knit 5. This is really awkward. 4, 5, turn with yarn to the back and then knit 5. It's knitting every single row with this. There's no purls involved with these teeth. So we've done 2 little rows of knit, and then we're going to do the same on this row, but we're going to knit 3. And then turn, and then we're going to knit 3 again. Turn, and then we're going to knit 2 and turn. And knit 2. And turn. So now it has come up and separated where you've lost some stitches. So now we're going to actually cast off and go back down to the other stitch, the next stitch in the next section. So I'm just going to do a very simple cast off. So just knit a stitch, knit another stitch, pass that first stitch over, then knit the next stitch, pass over. We're casting off the 5 stitches. That's my second one. This is my third one, fourth one. Now once you've done your 4th one, we're going to use the 6th stitch. So we're going into the next tooth so we can lose this final stitch here. So we're going to take that first stitch of the next tooth and cast off. And that means we've got our first stitch for our 5 then. So that's 1. So we're knitting those next 4 stitches. When you've got your 5 first stitches, turn and knit along those 5 stitches. Turn, and then your first of your 3 stitches. Turn, the second of your 3 stitches. Turn. It's like a dance, isn't it? And then we've got 2 stitches for 2 rows. So knit 2, turn, then knit 2, and turn to the front again. So now we're going to cast off these 5 stitches. Knit 2, take the first one over, knit 1, take it over, knit 1, take it over, and then we knit into the last one. And so when you've finished that one, what you would do is cut the yarn, thread it onto your needle, take that through your last stitch and pull it tight, and then you would normally you'd be back at the beginning, so you'd want to come through that last one, because at the moment it's up in the air, so you want to come back down through those last stitches, pull that through, and then you're going to use that to join up to the beginning again. I've only got two here, so it's going to be more difficult to show you, but that just means that you will want to bring that to the base. Your last one and your final one will then join up to match, so you'll just put a couple of stitches in there. So on this one, so if I show you mine, this was my last one and my first one, so you can see that is the line of the finish. So there's my little tail still sticking out. So I literally came down and then joined the two together at the bottom and then weaved in my ends. So there we go. So that is how you make your teeth. So good luck. I hope you enjoy making it. It's a very easy cowl to make and it is very nice to wear. I've been enjoying it. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you again, if not before, for March's cowl. I wonder what that's going to be. Thank you for all your likes, subscribes and your coffees on my Ko-fi account. I really appreciate everything you do to support the channel. Take care and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.